So what exactly does the Brisk brand get from its partnership with OpTic Gaming? And for those who aren't familiar, OpTic Gaming is an extremely successful and long-running esports organization and competitive gaming company. And while they're not characteristic of most properties in the esports world today, I think they're a model of how the more successful run ones will look in over the next 2 to 3 years. So as we see more growth, I figured, in my opinion, there'll be more OpTic like properties. And so, what does Brisk get when they sign a partnership agreement with OpTic? And I think the first thing to look at is you have the option of deep integration into the property itself, where an organization is basically an umbrella for potentially a number of different teams that compete across multiple game titles, and on each one of those teams you have a number of players. And by signing a title sponsorship at this juncture in as a non-endemic, at this juncture in esports life cycle, you get the potential to get deep integration into that property that you wouldn't get in other areas, a la traditional sports. And that could be potentially extremely valuable for activities like influencer marketing or any number of other campaigns that might stem from the original sponsorship. Number 2, esports is incredibly fragmented. Viewers, players, audiences for games in today's world typically don't overlap with other games, right? There are some people who might play multiple game titles, but currently today, these are mostly ivory towers. So an esport organization that has multiple teams that compete across multiple game titles / esports gives you a really nice, comprehensive channel and entry point into the world of esports. Thirdly, cultural credibility, right? Brands are not people, and communities, a la the esports community, are built around people. A brand can't talk. I mean, you can set up as many Twitter accounts for a brand that tweet out at people. At the end of the day, a community isn't really structured for involvement by brands. And so a sponsorship, or at least a partnership with an organization that has credibility, allows a brand, which is an impersonal entity, to inject itself into a very personal environment like a community, and which it otherwise wouldn't be able to do. And then, of course, last but not least, I think an organization like OpTic provides more than anything else experience, like a life learned or life lessons in esports. I mean, the management team, the players, everyone involved with that organization has, they live, they breathe, they eat esports. And for non-endemics who don't have experience in this domain and don't have experience in the general video game industry, typically that's a sponsorship could be worth access to those life experiences, to the extent that it's going to drive a better understanding of not only the target audiences that you're trying to reach through these properties, but also building a roadmap and understanding the esports world. So those are the ways that I think non-endemic brands like Brisk can and will benefit from sponsorships of organizations like OpTic Gaming. I'd love to hear anyone's thoughts, so feel free to reach out. Thanks.